Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of October 23rd to the 29th, 2023. First card out for you is Never Ending Story. Oh my gosh, I was just picking up on this today with the daily tarot, where it feels like the same situation that you were in the past is repeating, and you're like flabbergasted about it. It's like I literally did all of this healing, all of this change, all of this growing, and yet here I am, either in the same situation that I was years ago or before, or it somehow magically came back into my life. And you may be questioning, why is this happening? Or why am I still stuck in this circumstance, whatever it may be? For some of you, it could relate to relationship issues that came back up, or financial issues you remain stuck in, career issues you remain stuck in, or even just your own thought process. Maybe you thought that doing something or getting a certain goal reached would change everything for you, and then you reach that goal and you're like, why do I still feel the same? So it's a never-ending story here that Spirit wants to talk about, because they want to guide you out of this never-ending story. Next, we have the number 2 with Sage. Beautiful. And this makes me think of the High Priestess. Wonderful card. And it says, harmony, acceptance, calm, serenity, and patience. So I feel you taking on this energy of patience, which is very awesome with the never-ending story card, because it's like, you know what? If I keep rushing outside of myself, forcing, pushing, chasing to make this situation that I'm in change, and nothing has changed, what else can I do? And the answer is go within yourself and change your inner vibration and make yourself peaceful, harmonious. And also I'm seeing here being a good listener as well. Some of you may be balancing peace and war at this time in your mind, and choosing to confront issues in your life with people or with your job or wherever, head on in your life with a compassionate, kind, and patient perspective, even if you don't currently see where the other person's coming from and don't agree with them at all. I am seeing here the lesson of being respectful to the people around you, understanding where they're coming from, even if you deem yourself as more intelligent, emotionally intelligent, or what have you, as compared to the person that you're dealing with or the situation that you're dealing with. You're accepting them for where they're at, even if that may not be as far along as you are. And you're wanting to find a mutually beneficial middle ground. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. This happens in readings sometimes, especially with the signs that I don't have a lot of strong placements in, or I don't know a ton of people, and I don't have any strong Taurus placements. I mean, my Saturn is in Taurus. I don't know that many Tauruses. So I'm doing your reading and I can't give you specific examples. Like, I don't know what we're talking about here. So use your intuition to figure out where these messages apply to your life. And if you feel guided to, share it in the comment section down below, because I love reading that. All right. Next, we have your energy this week is happy family in reverse. Yeah, I was kind of picking up for a lot of you. This may have to do with relationships and family members even, where it's like, why are we still... Or you know what, for romantic relationships, for some of you, it could be like you may have found the perfect person and daydreamed about starting a family with them, getting married, or maybe you have done that. And it's like the same old issue you thought you dealt with years ago is returning back to you. Like maybe you had a long history of partners who, for example, like, you felt led on by, and then here you met someone and really invested in them, learned to trust them, open up to them. It took a lot of time, and again, there's something coming up here that makes you think, oh my God, I can't trust them, or something like that, This could also be something like, oh my gosh, we tried and tried and tried so hard to save all of this money to pay this bill, pay off this debt, and then it's like right before we almost had the amount of money, something else happened, and it's like the cycle repeats. It's a sort of frustration I am seeing in the family life, in relationship life. Or it could spread to other areas as well. For some of you, again, listen to your intuition here. The thing I'm seeing is that you're not necessarily ending things here. It feels more like you are frustrated, but you're trying to remain as calm, cool, collected as possible and work with this person. This Sage card here, especially with the number 2 numerologically talks about two people harmoniously getting along. It's the perfect number for relationships to thrive. Also, I mean, the number 2 is your number, you know, Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. So I don't know, I just got a vision of like, this is something I did. I made a whole video on this on my other channel about how your house number, like of your home that you live at or your apartment, really changes the energy of that home. And for some reason, as I'm doing your reading, I'm thinking of like, change your house to a 2. It's good. It's such a complicated subject to talk about. So go over to my other channel if you're interested in that. And I explain in that video how to change the number of your house vibrationally. Not even like legally, like you keep your number. Like if you live in a house number 6, for example, you can keep your literal house number the same and just write on a piece of paper, whatever number you need to add all of the numbers of your house up together to be a new number. And I'm saying like change it to the number 2 because the number 2 will support your relationships and bring about more harmony in your emotions as well as your connections. So that probably made no sense to most of you, but I digress here. The moral of the story is this week is all about bringing in more harmony and listening to people and accepting them and being serene, calm, and patient with others as you resolve issues, even if those issues feel frustrating, even if it feels like the past is repeating itself. We're gonna get 6 cards out from the Zombie Tarot. I want to use up all my spooky tarot decks this month of Halloween or Samhain. So first card out, we're gonna do 6 cards, 2 rows of 3. You have the 9 of Cups, which is beautiful. This is a card of personal peace and happiness. And notice how on this deck, you know, she literally is in a bunker. She has a gun, but her headspace is at the beach and she genuinely looks happy there, you know? So this is literally the card of personal happiness, dropped a card, and using your mindset to bring about more peace, more calm. You know, she's in a dire circumstance, you know, there's chaos, violence all around her, as we all can experience in this day and age of Earth. And yet she's peaceful, she's calm, she's serene, and because of that, she can spread that energy to other people. And I don't know, there's a lot here about you being this sage, you being the one who brings about wise counsel, advice, healing, and like just calmness, complete balance and harmony to the people in your life, which is beautiful. Second card out is the Ace of Hazards, and it is coming out in reverse. This would be the Ace of Pentacles. We see here a zombie hand covered in jewelry. Okay, so you know what? I'm getting a specific message for some people where it's like, you just want to be engaged or be married or have some sort of promise ring with the person you are with. I know that's very specific and it'll only apply to a few of you. But there's some like question around that, like, is that actually gonna happen? There may be trust issues, or like, you know, maybe you thought you were heading in that direction and then some sort of minor issue came up and you're like, I don't know if it's going in that direction. For others of you, this could even be like talking about your personal finances, and it's like, you know, I really thought I would have more by now, or I would achieve more by now, but it feels like I'm stuck in the same exact circumstances that I was for the past few weeks or years. Months or years, not weeks. And so yeah, I don't know. This could also be like a personal goal that you have in mind for yourself, like buying a new car, a new home, and you're being very hard on yourself, like, I should have more saved by now. I should have done more by now. So I am getting this sense of frustration here. And I mean, it's tied to this never-ending story card, like, oh my gosh, I should have done this by now, or this should have been mine by now. It's a frustrating thing here. Third card out for you is the 3 of Swords, which is not the happiest of cards, as we know here. And, you know, this does show sudden truth. And I feel like, honestly, this is something that most of you already have gone through, so it's nothing to be scared about. It's just giving me like, wow, like something shocking may have happened this week prior or the weekend prior. And you're like, how do I put this? It's like a shock to the system almost, like devastation, because it's like, I thought this was something more, or I thought this could have been something more. But what it's showing me in this present moment is that it is not something more. It will never be able to give me what I truly want from this. So I am getting a sort of like shock to the system. I am not trying to make this reading sound so negative, guys, okay? Like, but you know, we have weeks like this and they come up. For some of you, you know, this may not be a prediction for your week ahead. It's just more so all of the emotions that are currently on your mind that at the time that you're watching this, and you'll be processing those emotions in this week ahead. Does that make sense? So I'm not trying to scare you into thinking like something really bad's gonna happen or come to an end this week for you, but it could just be like the stress of everything that you've been going through and coming to process that and getting into a better headspace, which makes so much sense with the 9 of Cups here. Like literally getting yourself into a better, more healthy headspace, getting grounded, taking care of yourself. We even see here she's wrapped in a blanket. She's caring for herself, you know? And working through coping with this stress, this frustration that you may be dealing with. So that's a good message. But let's see, we have 3 whole more cards, a whole second row of cards here to see how this week will go for you. 4th card out, strength. Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Guys, I knew it. This is a week where you are becoming so resilient in yourself and independent, knowing what you want, knowing the path to getting what you want, listening to your intuition very strongly, and, you know, no longer sitting around and tolerating. I feel like this is something we all do when we're younger, where it's like we don't speak up. You know, you're too shy to like tell people your real intentions, or you're too shy to tell someone when something bothers you, or too shy to tell a partner, you know, what you need to feel loved. And it's like, oh my gosh, I think a part of getting older and growing up is gaining the confidence to just not keep yourself in uncomfortable situations for any longer. And it's like, this is exactly what I want, take it or leave it. If you can offer it, that's great. If you can't, tell me now. Like, very direct, very specific, like not wanting to play these games anymore. And I feel like that is what you are. That's the energy you're in right now, you know? Like, I'm not playing games anymore. No, like we're gonna talk about things. And also, like, I don't know, I'm getting a very clear direction opening up for you. I think what has been frustrating you for the past few weeks may have been that, like, your path forward for like the next few months or years, there may have been some uncertainties there, whether it's like, where's this relationship going? Where's my future going? Where's my job, my finances, etc. Because you may be wanting a lot of change in those areas, and not knowing if you're going to get those changes that you want may have been frustrating to you. But I see this week, you are going to feel so confident about where things are headed in your life. Like, there's just, I can't describe it. It's like the universe itself, and also you partially, you're the one doing this, are going out of their way to gain that clarity. And I would definitely expect random ideas coming up into your head right now on how to improve the situation that you're in and achieve the outcomes that you're looking to achieve. I also would expect like expect unexpected sort of forward movements, I want to say, in certain, not all of them, certain relationships, where they are going to get very direct and clear with you about what they want in the future, what they can offer. Now, the downside of this energy is that clarity comes with a price of anything or anyone that does not have a future with you will definitely be falling out of your life at this time, like guaranteed. And you know what? I picked up for the October readings a lot of signs. I can't remember if you were one of them. A lot of signs. And definitely I had to have mentioned this in your reading because I pick up on this for the month of October for the collective every single year. October is just a month where year after year, I feel like this is when we gain clarity in relationships and the people who are not meant for us fall out of our life, like every October, because Scorpio season begins. And with that, at the end, towards the tail end of Scorpio season, I always feel like that is the time where a lot of people start deepening their commitments with the people who they do have a future with, and things get so much clearer. You know, I almost feel like relationships are very tested during Libra season and Scorpio season, and every single year. Like, I can look back to every person who was significant to me who has fallen out of my life, and like a very large portion of them fell out of my life in October. I can't describe it, or it just became abundantly clear to me by the month of October, and whether or not I took action on that differs, you know. Your intuition is really what slows things down, I feel like sometimes. So, or not your intuition, not following your intuition is what slows things down sometimes. So your intuition at this time may be telling you, okay, you need to let go of these certain people. Now, if you choose to hang on to them, that's on you. All right, that is on you. You can no longer, that's what I'm saying here, guys. With the Strength card, the universe is bringing you really clear signs and giving you the answers you need. If you choose to ignore that when it comes to what and whom you should let go to, you can no longer point your finger at the universe and say, I don't know where my money's at. I don't know where my soulmate's at, because the universe is like, girlie, I already gave you the answers, okay? I will not get any louder or clearer for you. You're just gonna have to complain and complain and complain and be like, where is it at, for several more months or years, until you get so frustrated with your lack of progress or the lack of change in this circumstance that you finally decide to leave. You know, that's what's slowing things down here. All right. Fifth card out is the Six of Swords in reversed. Interesting card. This is what it looks like upright, and we see here a couple in rough shores. Obviously, they're being attacked by zombies, and they're trying to move towards calmer shores, and they're happy because they are doing that successfully, and they have power, you know. They're getting the zombies off of their boat, and they're about to make it to calmer shores. Now, this is in reversed here, and I don't know, Six of Swords in reversed always, like, to me, it gives that energy of like, I know something needs to change, and I'm hoping for that change. I'm hoping for peace, for security, for stability, for clear answers, for clarity. I am hoping for that. I know things need to change here. It gives me that hope, but it's like, again, like, will you take the actions? Final card out is the Eight of Cups. Wow, coming out right underneath that Three of Swords. A definite ending, walking away from something or someone who, I want to say, like, you just don't want the same things, or there could have been a major misunderstanding. And there could have also been a situation with this person or this thing. It really feels like a person for most of you, though, so I'll keep saying person. There could have been a major shocking, like, revelation with this person that sort of like stabbed you in the gut or stabbed you in the heart. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I see. I see what we're dealing with now. You know, and it doesn't feel pleasant. I'm just being honest, guys. You know, this person, you may have realized they weren't as committed to you as you are to them. In whatever form that takes, you know, I'm not saying cheating is involved here. Like, for example, if you're dating someone new, you may have really viewed them as someone you're committed to in your mind, and you just found out like, oh, they're seeing other people, and, you know, you may have been dating for like a few months now, and it's like, you know, and you may have had that talk already of like, what are the expectations here, and like growing into something more serious, and then you find out they're seeing other people, and you know what, it could be like a stab in the gut, it could be a stab in the chest. I am getting that. It feels like some sort of sudden clarity. I'm surprised the Tower card didn't come out, honestly. You have one major arcana card here, and it's strength. So I feel like you're mentally very strong here, and you know the truth. I feel like the truth has come out fully. You are very aware of everything going on in your life, and also you're very aware of everything you need to do in order to get to a better life for yourself, to get to calmer shores. So you have the answers you need. I think that is like the best silver lining of this whole thing. And you have the Sage card, which literally shows that wisdom. Like, you know what you need to do in order to manifest a good future. That's what sages, that's what high priestesses, that's what psychics are here for, you know, to help guide you towards a better future for yourself. And you have that wisdom this week. You may be very spiritually connected this week, having psychic dreams, powerful revelations, understandings, epiphanies, things like that. Sudden truths coming to light, a lot of synchronicities all around you, and really feeling connected here. But I think this week, a part of you may still like want to hang on to whoever this is or whatever this is. But I think you've already done so much learning, healing, and growing. Because again, this isn't your first rodeo. This isn't the first time this is happening to you. I feel that very strongly. Like whatever's happening, it's not the first time that it's happening to you. So it's like you already have that experience and you're like, I really want this to work, but I don't know if it's really gonna work, honestly. And so I feel like you were able to process this much faster than you have experienced in the past. And it feels cruel. You may be feeling like the universe is cruel to you because it's like, wow, you literally brought back the same situation that I already overcame. But look at how much faster you are processing this newer situation. Like, for example, you may have been stuck in a bad relationship for years, right? And this time around you start dating someone else, they turn out exactly like your ex, but it only took you a few weeks or months to realize that. It's that type of situation. Apply it to your life wherever it applies. It's like you realized what needs to change much faster than you would have in the past. And I feel like this week is all about realizing how far you have come as a person and how much growth you have achieved. I just saw a quote the other day that reminds me of your reading, actually. It said, if you cringe at your past a lot, that's because you've grown. And I just felt like that was such a beautiful way to look at things, because it's like, if you're able to cringe at yourself and who you were in the past, that means you've done a tremendous amount of growing. So just view it like that. I don't know. And yeah, I think that's your reading. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. I feel very strongly guided to tell you this because, I mean, this reading, it was very focused on this one subject, and there may be other things going on in your week ahead. So I definitely always recommend watching for all of your major signs. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And like this video, comment how it resonated, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I appreciate every single person who subscribed, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.